All right, so I will introduce our next speaker, which is Kevin Sato, who will give a BPS update.
Great. Thank you, Amanda. And what I would like to give just over the last year of what BPS, the Biological Physical Sciences Division, has been doing to enter into the lunar science and its activities. Next slide, please. So in the summer of 2023, we are expecting the release of our decadal survey. And right now, the committees and subcommittees are in meeting, and they are reviewing these white papers on topical areas as well as science research campaigns. And we believe that the information we'll receive will drive out our future and how we respond to and conduct research on the moon, but also how that relates to still conducting research in low Earth orbit as well as ground studies. Also, for our attendees who are in biological physical sciences, I would like to suggest that you review the Planetary Sciences Division Decadal Report because there is information and ideas for how BPS science may contribute to planetary science and astrobiology goals and objectives, as well as other cross-agency interactions. So I think it'd be well worth it for everyone to review that document ahead of our main decadal coming out. Next slide, please. We continue to be involved with our colleagues across divisions and directorates in terms of conducting and understanding what types of lunar science and utilization strategic planning we can do, road mapping, as well as agency documents. So we're involved in many of the different panels that are conducting this work with ESDMD, as well as participating in meetings just to maintain abreast of what's currently going on in lunar exploration science. Next slide, please. We have actually begun to conduct research in terms of lunar science, and our first foray into that is on Artemis 1. It is Bioexperiment 1, which is an internal Orion capsule science payload that will return. And we have selected 4 research investigators who are going to be studying everything from plants out through yeast and other small microbes. And again, the science will be returned, they will be analyzed, and the data will be released through Gene Lab as well as publications. Next slide. We are also developing a new lunar exploration instrument to conduct biological research in the lunar environment. 3 investigators were selected to work with the instruments team to kind of understand how we can do the science, conduct feasibility and biocompatibility studies. And these are all in the area of using yeast for this research. So we are moving forward with initial instrumentation, and we expect this particular LEA type of instrument to be expanded to more types of specimens. Next slide. Also, I wanted to point out, as Brad Bailey did, that there are opportunities for lunar science and instrument development beyond our BPS Roses call. And so I would, for those of you in our community who are not yet set up, I'd strongly recommend that you make sure you receive notifications from NSPIRES from all SMD divisions, especially planetary sciences, to make sure you receive all the notifications for these different calls that are coming out for both investigation, instruments, and science as well. Next slide, please. We are continuing to engage our science community. Upcoming in November, on November 9th of 2022, the day before the American Society for Gravitational and Space Research annual meeting in Houston, is going to be a workshop on conducting space biology beyond low Earth orbit. So please keep track at asgsr.org for the registration and if you'd like to attend that meeting. Also, we have several past events, and I've listed the links for you to go to and look at your convenience. Next slide. And finally, there's some suggested reading, especially for those of you who are on the BPS science side, to take a look at an annual report from our science working group on instrumentation, the National Academy report on biological physical sciences in space, as well as the Artemis 3 science definition report. This one's important because it does carry a lot of the high-level objectives for both biological physical sciences and fundamental physics. And thank you.